Hi, I'm Robert Frew, and this is Sobremesa Farm. We have 9 acres here, diversified cropping system, a lot of perennials, fruit trees, bushes, shrubs, and then we grow annuals, basically vegetable crops that are in a hoop house and also in gardens outside. Really, we got started farming basically 10 years ago. When we first got the land, we really had to come to a decision about what we were going to do with it. We came from a background of having volunteered with the National Wildlife Federation, and we did that for 10 years, and most of that was done here in Bloomington. And we thought, it would be great to get a bigger piece of land, and a piece of land which wasn't so shaded as where we had been before, and to be able to grow more food, not just for us, but for wildlife, pollinators in general, and to be able to connect with the community in the way that we couldn't when we were just having just a private residence versus a farm that's open basically to the public. We have various animals. We have a few goats. We have chickens, guineas, and ducks, and many of those are free range, and we allow them to just distribute their glory everywhere.
No, I don't know. So my name is Juan Carlos Arango, and all the animals we have integrated into the system, they have a role, and that's really important. And we have seen why, all the components helped the farm or this little piece of land to get sustained, just put it away by itself.
And we do have bees also. We have 4 different hives. It's been very successful. We're having to add another nuke now on the boxes, so it's exciting.
We knew the importance of pollination in order to have fruits. So that's one main reason that we added more flowers to the farm. So we divided the farm in zones, let's put it that way. The basic ones is north, south, and west, but each area it was component by or orchard or a market garden or water sources. So through the whole thing, we thought we need to bring insects because we didn't want to use any pesticides to help balancing and controlling all the issues that we could encounter. So on each section that I mentioned before has an area where we have tried in some places grown different type of natives or flowers in general to move those insects through the farm, not just one location. And we have a big one on the east that was funded by the NRCS, the EQUIP program. And we see a lot of different insects here besides honeybees. We have tons of native bees. They visit the hoop house, the market gardens, the orchard. So we have seen that definitely it worked.
First thing I would tell people, if you're interested in establishing a pollinator zone, you really need to go to other places that have done it successfully, and you need to talk with them, not just see what they did. You need to talk with them and find out, what were your challenges? What were the struggles you had with implementing this? How long did it take you? Where did you source your materials to make it work? And what did you start out doing that you realized in your next project you did differently or plan to do differently because you could see a benefit from changing your first approach, your initial way of creating the pollinator project? And we certainly went through that. I think we really embrace this idea of planting native flowers and bushes, shrubs, and trees, because we saw the overall benefit it would have around where we lived, and just the beauty that it brought to a place, and this sense of cohesiveness I mean, we were novices when we started this, just like when we started working with the National Wildlife Federation, understanding how to implement backyard habitats. We really jumped on board with the EQIP program, and that helped us to purchase a hoop house. Also, it helped us with the compost facility, with putting in other practices here at the farm. I think that one of the things that a lot of growers can benefit from with those different organizations is that they can get a lot of great advice.
Yes.
And science-based information, which is really helpful for them in trying to figure out, what direction do we want to take things. It was a huge learning curve for us, and we've gotten better and better on this piece of land. And I think that's the important component for every grower and producer, is that you have to learn how to work with the piece of land you have and the different formulaic approaches that you're going to use to make that land produce and prosper and regenerate. And that has really been our overall goal, is to take a piece of land and regenerate it and make it better than how we found it.
Thanks for joining us for this installment of Pollinator Partnerships Working for Wildlife series. And special thanks to Robert Frew and Juan Carlos Arango of Sobremesa Farm for sharing their Habitat Hero story. This series is made possible through funding from the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation and support through the Natural Resources Conservation Service. To read the full interview with Robert and Juan Carlos, or learn more about the on-farm benefits of pollinator habitat and how you can support pollinators on your ag lands, visit pollinator.org/NRCS Regional Partner Biologist, or click the link in the description. Be sure to subscribe today to stay tuned for future episodes.